Hey guys, this is Dennis here with my review of tonight's Monday Night Raw that just went off the air a little while ago, seconds ago actually. And before I begin, I want to apologize for last week. I know I promised like a video every day, but somehow my Microsoft Word is acting up, so I had to use WordPad, and then something happened to my computer, so I couldn't really write notes for the pay-per-view and nothing. So I'm sorry for that, but probably none of you missed it anyway, since nobody barely watches my videos. Anyway, though, this was a pretty damn good Raw, which is 2 weeks in a row, so WWE's finally starting to turn the corner, and it's almost WrestleMania season, so it makes sense. So, let's kick off this review. This show kicks off with who else? The Authority coming out to talk about how good Hell in a Cell was, and they bring out Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins says he's done with Ambrose, is moving on to bigger things. And that bigger thing is, of course, John Cena later tonight in the main event. Then Randy Orton comes out and he's freaking pissed off because the Authorities praises Seth Rollins and they're basically ignoring him. It's like the younger child trying to get attention from the older one. That's kind of how this was going down. And he attacks Rollins. And then Triple H says it's not going down here tonight. And they separate him, but Randy Orton hits an RKO out of nowhere to Rollins to end that segment. So the beginning of Randy Orton's face turn is beginning. And I like this loose cannon type Randy Orton, not the born babyface Randy Orton or this heel Randy Orton. So I'm going to be interested to see where this goes, since that's all this left off in the show. Next we had the Dust Brothers versus Big Show Mark Henry for the Tag Team Championships. And Big Show basically tagged in Henry hard and he didn't like it. So Big Show hits the knockout on Stardust and Goldust was outside of the ring. And Big Show tagged in Mark Henry to go for the pin because Cody was knocked out. But Mark Henry hits the World's Strongest Slam on Big Show and completes his heel turn, which we pretty much saw coming for like weeks and about a month now. So the Big Show and Mark Henry get feud again, which is what we saw Survivor Series, 2011, 2012. I think it will be good. I like Mark Henry as a heel, and Big Show if he's a serious face, not the freaking knucklehead face. This could be pretty good. Then after we come back from commercial, we have Mark Henry backstages says he did it because the Big Show would do the same thing because he's the world's largest athlete and the show always wanted to be Mark Henry. And tomorrow night our main event is going to be Miz TV with Mark Henry. So if you want to see more of this, which I don't know how many of you do, turn in tomorrow. Then we have Roman Reigns via satellite. And again, like you can tell Roman Reigns is so uncomfortable doing the babyface thingy. Like, it was really awkward, just like last time. Then we had AJ defeated Alicia Fox via roll-up because Paige caused the distraction, and after the match, Paige destroys Alicia. I really hope we're done with this whole AJ and Paige thing. Like I said on Twitter last night, by the way, follow me at Dennis Ultimate. I'm tired of this whole AJ and Paige thing. This was going on since really the night after WrestleMania. Like, end it now. Come on. It's been like, 4 or 5 months? Maybe play hot potato with the title. Like, wrap it up and move on to different opponents. But I could think they'll probably have a triple threat for the title at Survivor Series. Then after that, they'll move on. At least I hope so. Then we have Cena out to talk about last night and him facing Brock Lesnar in the future. It's something Cena said that got me groaning. He said, it might not be the last chapter of John Cena versus Randy Orton. I bet when everybody heard that, they were like, oh, please, God, no. But anyway, then Stephanie comes out and tells Cena to stop looking for the cheap pop and tries to get Cena to join the Authority because they said Cena's going to need all the help he can to beat Brock Lesnar, and the fans don't care about him and they'll forget about him. Cena basically declines. And Triple H comes out and says Cena can't fight the future and the future is coming. which sets up our first Survivor Series match. Is this going to be Team Cena versus Team Authority? And Triple H ends by saying the Authority always wins. So I'm interested to see who is going to be on these teams. I think we pretty much know it'll be Kane and Rollins for Team Authority, and Cena, and I'll get to another person later, for Team Cena. Then we have the Usos defeated Miz and Mizdow when the Usos pulled a little twin magic of their own, which is kind of the heel tag team to win. So pretty much nothing going on there. I guess it was like a filler. But anyway, we have Kane not minding his business again and goes into the back and confronts Ziggler because he said there's a report going around that you were talking to John Cena. And Ziggler sets up Kane and Ziggler. Then we have a Hulk Hogan promo about breast cancer. No disrespect, but fuck Susan G. Komen because they don't even donate all the money to research, so screw them. Then we had Bo Dallas' open challenge and is answered by Feed me more. Feed me more. Ryback returns. The big guy. I don't know. I just like seeing it like that. But anyway, Ryback turns and Feed Me More is still over as hell. Like, if WWE builds him up, Ryback could be the next big face. Like, he's really over. I dare say more over than Reigns. I don't know why they decided to turn heel in the first place, but hopefully they could fix it this time. Then we're supposed to have Ambrose versus Cesaro, but basically Ambrose destroys Cesaro with the microphone, and Ambrose calls out Bray Wyatt, after what happened last night in Hell in a Cell. And Wyatt says some gibberish, but basically he's warning Ambrose. He says, "You remind me a lot of me." So I'm going to be real interested to see where this ends up. Then we have Nikki Bella defeat Naomi with a little assistance from Brie. This whole rivalry I do not care about. Then we have Ziggler defeated Kane via roll-up. Then after the match, Rollins attacks Ziggler and he and Kane double team until Cena comes out to make the save, which leads to the main event of Cena versus Rollins. And this was a pretty damn good match. And it basically ends when Rollins was about to tap out, but he calls for help from the back, and of course, Kane interferes. And basically the whole locker room comes out, and we have a locker room brawl to end the show. And the question is, who's going to be on Team Cena? I pretty much think Dolph Ziggler is one of them, so I think it's Ziggler and Cena so far versus Rollins and Kane. Who else is going to fill those spots? I have no idea. We'll probably figure out more next week. But like I said, this was a pretty good show, and we're building to Survivor Series early, which is a very good thing too. So, let's see. Leave your thoughts on this Raw below. Comment down there. Thumbs up. Thumbs down. Subscribe for more videos, and I promise I will do better this week. And this has been Dennis, and I hope you guys have a great night, and sleep well.